What's going on YouTube? This is Mason AJ. This is Blaine. Always push me off the screen, okay? So I'm kind of hog on the screen time. Anyway, we're here to talk about iZombie. This is our reaction review to it. Also, be sure to check out our reviews on both The Flash, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Gotham. But focusing on iZombie, this is a show that if you watch the episodes, you know that me and him get into an argument a lot. But the iZombie is the one show that we just love, like love.
iZombie is one of those. It's like, and honestly, I actually give it more leeway than The Flash. Like, don't get me wrong, Flash is still my favorite show.
Okay.
But you know, I give it a lot of leeway. I feel like I'm gonna do this with Supergirl too when it comes out
next week.
I feel like I can't wait. I cannot wait. But I'm gonna give it a lot of leeway because it's these light shows that are funny and give you entertainment and don't take itself too seriously. You just enjoy it.
True enough.
You know what I mean?
Once again, but even with iZombie, you know what? iZombie brings the entertainment value and lightheartedness of Flash, but also gives you the more broader style storytelling and a little bit of darkness that comes with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Gotham a little bit. And that's one thing that I feel like we love about it. But in this particular episode, Liv became a dude. She became a bro. She became a bro.
See that voice, that whole like personality. But this one was actually funny though.
Really?
I actually enjoyed this a little bit. Like,
okay.
At the same time, my mindset was a lot different from the first episode because I remember ranting about, you know, I hate that she has all these different personalities and stuff. But after, you know, I was just like, you know what? Fine. I'm gonna just accept it as whatever. And by accepting it, it didn't feel ridiculous.
And you know what the key difference was? In this episode, the problem I felt like the producers almost watched your video.
Yeah,
because even Clive, yes, oh, by the way, correction, Clive is actually the detective.
The cop, thank you.
And Blaine, thank you for the YouTuber, not YouTube, thank you for the person who commented and corrected us, got that mixed up.
Corrected him, I knew it was Blaine.
Okay, whatever. But anyway, but Clive actually brought up, I was like, yo man, Liv, like, I don't know why we're gonna get with you, homie. And like, you always got something different.
And not only did he say that, like, it actually played into the actual connection between the frat party that they were interviewing. It was like, yeah, you know, bro, blah. And then it was like, yeah, I know what you're saying, right? And it was like, it actually connected. Versus sometimes when she does these personality shifts, it doesn't connect with anything in the show. She's just being stupid. So if you're gonna do it, let it be a connection with something else in the show. So, you know, the movie.
I ain't gonna front. I love how she was so much of a bro. She didn't fall for bro. Like, he was like, you wanna come out to my room? And she was like, nah, bro, later, bro. Right. It's like, I know how this game is played. I know how this game, but also Liv is looking super sexy in her evidence tape dress. I mean,
but she's always sexy.
She is always sexy.
See, even though she look like a zombie with pasty skin and like her crazy makeup and the white hair, I think she's still sexy.
But you know, speaking of pasty skin and zombie and makeup and everything else, the fact that Blaine has to put on makeup now to fake being a zombie was a very key attachment. And then we also get to meet Blaine's father, who's a very well-renowned actor, and the chemistry between them felt very connected but still resentful.
Dude, okay, that was homeboy. That was another homeboy from Prison Break. That was one from you know, Captain Cole's homeboy.
Right? Who was he also in The Flash?
He was in The Flash one time.
Yeah, he was in The Flash one time.
But see, he was an excellent actor.
He's an excellent actor.
But I don't know. I think they just give him these creepy roles that kind of limit his acting skills, because in this one, he actually felt like a billionaire, tycoon, crazy father.
But yet still had very much crazy problems.
Right.
And then it was like, so let me get this straight. At the complex for you. He was looking like, so son turns into zombie, then makes dad member of the undead, but yet son doesn't want to be dad, but yet makes dad more like son than ever.
Right.
I was looking like, damn, you kind of got you right there, Blaine. But then I was a little bit, tiny bit disappointed to get bits and pieces of Blaine's backstory, because I felt like listening to that backstory didn't match it to, you know, that party boy slacker backstory didn't match it to the brilliant man.
But see, you gotta remember, in season 1, he only got like all super epic like bad guy, and like after he became undead, and then he kind of like lost his fear, I guess you can say. Because remember, before in the very first episode, he was just like this sleazy drug peddling guy. He was just a drug salesman. He was on a boat with Liv. Hey, get these drugs. Turned to zombie. Then he was like, well, shit, I'm dead. I ain't got no fear. I'm gonna just do it. And then that's when he became a boss status. But before that, he wasn't a boss.
Because he used to work for Mr. Boss.
He used to work for Mr. Boss.
Like, you know what would be epic as some true nerd comic book this and I know this is gonna be weird, but if they got the actor who played the Kingpin in the Daredevil Netflix series to be Mr. Boss,
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
I know, but imagine it. Just imagine.
But what if? Look, check this out. Like, I know I might be going deep. Right?
Okay.
But what if? Because we don't know who the boss is, right? We don't. What if the boss? Check this out. Is Robbie? What if Robbie's been playing? What if Robbie's been playing such a gangster role, and you find at the end of the season that the whole time Robbie is Mr. Boss? Like, I ain't gonna lie, that'll make me go, oh, my head will explode. It is just mind blown. That's, you know what? Because it's one of those theories that's so far fetched, but if it did happen, it would really blow your mind if it did.
But see, I would buy that if Robbie didn't have a tough time getting girls in season 1.
That's kind of his MO. That's what he does. He's such a boss that, like, he stays in complete undercover. Because you remember how homegirl from Max Rager is her her roommate playing undercover, and I thought that was crazy at the last. And we didn't talk about that last.
That's
time.
Right. But also, same comment and point that out. Thank you very much, commenters.
Yeah. But what if Robbie the whole time has been Mr. Boss? You know what I mean?
That's one that, you know what, I'm not saying it couldn't happen. That's one of the more crazy theories. But more in line with that. What if it turned out that Max Rager was actually Mr. Boss? I
mean, that makes more sense. Though. That makes more normal sense. You know, I'm looking for comic book like craziness. You know what I mean?
You and that damn comic book logic.
Only because like this show is so lighthearted, but then goes really hard at times and just catches you off guard. I kind of would like something to just catch me off guard again. And that's my only reason for saying.
And you know what? With iZombie,
because it's fun to get caught off guard. Yeah, I like that.
It is fun to get caught off guard, but I think I prefer the iZombie style where you're caught off guard in the ways that you didn't expect, but the clues were there.
Right.
You know, whereas opposed to like dun dun dun, it turns out that Olivia's mom was a zombie the whole time.
That would be crazy.
Hey, you know what? If Olivia's mom like just straight up said some zombie shit without but pass it over, she's like, yeah, you know, today I was eating some brains and you see Olivia's eyes go like this, and she shit like that, and she's like, you know, daughter, you know what I'm talking about. She's like, Mom, you were a zombie, you didn't know.
Oh yeah, that's gonna go too
snap!
far.
Oh snap! It just clicked in. What if Olivia's dad was Mr. Boss, and that explains why he's not around?
But that would be too superhero cliche.
Okay.
Like, you know, the superhero's father turns out to be the big bad guy. Why? Like, and then that's very common. That's so comic book logic. It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, but also non-comic book logic. I gotta say, Major. Let's talk about Major for a second. We kind of ragged on Major a little bit in the last episode.
Yeah, I feel Major now. I feel for him.
And you know what? So now Major is starring the habit of the drug that ultimately ended up turning liver into a zombie.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of thinking that what if him taking that drug kind of almost reactivates his zombie?
No, because that's a different form. That's not the one that actually.
Right, but once again, it's just but he already has a mutated form of the zombie virus in him because he's cured. So what if the drug, after enough dosage, reacts to his cured DNA?
I hope that's not the case, because I actually like him being like the assassin, like I can sense zombie type of killer. But if anything, him being drugged out is just gonna like warp his mind just enough to justify killing all these zombies and kind of go into like Stone Cold I give no fucks mode. Yeah. Like that's kind of what this is gonna. You know that's what's gonna happen. Okay. He's gonna keep taking drugs. He's gonna get into like I give no craps mode, and he's just gonna be murdering zombies. Like, because you know it's kind of like, you know, those porn stars where like to do performances on TV. Whoa. Hear me out though.
Okay.
Hear me out though. Like what you judging for? Hear me out.
Let's go. Hear me.
When they do their performances and they start to do their thing, a lot of them have to do some drugs to get in, like, you know, to get their minds to not feel, you know, bad about themselves. I've read this on the internet.
Are you speaking from personal experience?
No, this is not a personal experience. You got me. This is not a personal experience. You know what I'm talking about? On the documentary, whatever. You making me sound. You make me feel bad now. But my point is that they do drugs, and so this is him like saying, "Yo, to kill all these people, I need to do some drugs to get into the zone."
Yeah, but then also his life has taken such a dramatic turn. He's gone through so many traumatic events. Yeah. Not only losing his job, which was his core in life, but being turned into a zombie, killing people to begin with, losing lives, still dealing with that depression. All these things are just really like him taking drugs to like ease off the pain. I don't agree with it, but I totally get it. And also
I get it too. I really do get it. And you know what? And even and that's the sad part is I hate when because I know some people are more prone to addictions than others, especially depending on your emotional state. But I hate that Rob was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take these drugs and experiment. Everything is cool. Then he does them, and then now he's all strung out. You know,
right? But then I don't think he's not strung out. But he did that
was kind of indication.
But for the first time ever, he didn't feel like life was beating him down. Robbie hasn't had to deal with that. So at first, so when Robbie took it, he was like, oh, I got happy and now I'm back.
Right.
But it's like, but Robbie's always been, for all his purposes, a really pretty happy person like the whole series.
That's true.
Where Major was a happy-go-lucky person, and he's literally...
And I ain't gonna lie, they did spend almost all of season 1 beating him down. They spent almost all of season 1. So I kind of get it. Okay, I get
now,
it.
I ain't gonna front, I'm still mad at him because I'm like, you need to stop like being mad at Liv and kind of just go ahead and just hit Liv up because, you know, Liv just wants it.
Yeah.
And not to say that women just want it. I'm just saying is Liv obviously wants to reconnect and everything.
Yeah, she really does. Like, and you know, and I don't know. I actually, after looking back on it now, she was stupid for not just telling the dude in the beginning.
No. Because somebody else brought that up. I'm like, look, first of all, think about this. Hey, honey, darling, Julia's fiance. By the way, I eat brains now and I'm a zombie and I'm dead.
Yes.
And you know what would happen? Major would have checked her directly into the same psychological institution that he was.
No, she was. I ain't gonna lie. Major's one of the few people that I actually believe would have heard her out and listened to her because he wasn't irrational. He was so in love with her. Whatever she said, he took into great consideration. Even he would take it as a truth first until it was proven as a lie. Like, I believe that he would have had her back from the beginning had she just gone to him. I think she was in. Like, I really do believe that. Really do, 100%.
You know what?
But, hey,
you know what? Comment down below. Let us know what you think about this episode of iZombie. I'm still very much loving the show. I give it like a 7 out of 10 for all intents and purposes, only because it didn't really do like anything different. It was just more the same old. But the story is full of being pushed along.
I give it a solid. I give it an 8.5 out of 10 because not only did it give me, you know, it was just as enjoyable as the first episode, no, more enjoyable, but it actually answered one of my problems I had for the first episode was that, you know, her personalities don't really add up into anything. In this episode, I felt like it added into more of the plot of the story, just a little bit, like just by solving this case that they were on and stuff like that. So
I have a question for all the nerd fans out there. As of right now, being on episode 2 of season 2, what is your favorite zombie personality that Liv has taken on? Okay, out of all the alternate personalities, what's your favorite one so far?
Okay, but my favorite one, I gotta say this real quick, is when she actually went back to being bubbly Liv. Like, you know, it was almost like her old personality. When I actually thought that was kind of cute.
You know what? To be honest with you, my favorite one today is the one where the artist. Because when she was like, yo, man, you know, I was the artist, you know, and the way she was describing everything, I really felt that. You know, so I was like the artist, and for her to have such a different mindset, when she said, you know, I thought I saw life, but now I see the colors that life emits and everything, and put that in armor. That was the most drastic transformation for her to take on a whole new awareness for somebody else. But that's my personal belief. But comment down below, let us know what you think. This is Mason AJ.
Blaine Excalibur.
Tune in next time.
1,000, get 1 million. We want 1 million motherfucking subscribers. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. 1 million. That's what I want. 3,
America.
3,000. I'm Lance Excalibur.
This is Mason AJ.